Hello guys, welcome back to another update. I did promise for an update today. We didn't get to do some over the past couple of days. We gotta make up some stuff. We didn't miss much, but still. So we're gonna be looking at a coastal system that's impacting the region today, all across the East Coast. It's mainly just the main coast. Like it's not really like states at this point. It's a really thin line of some very heavy rain out to the south, and we did see this rain kind of like move up sluggishly, and it gave us a dreary day and some very heavy rain. Maybe not some very heavy rain, but it's still a dreary day. We are seeing this one band right here. I'm thinking I'll probably go up to the north and we might get a soaking later this evening. Definitely possible. I think it's gonna be around 7. Yeah. We could get some very heavy downpours, quick inches possible out of that, yeah. I mean, that's all we're gonna be dealing with. No significant wind in the near future. No significant weather, really, but that could change next week. We'll talk about why this could be a problem. But anyways, today it's gonna be a rainy day. Rainfall amounts near an inch, maybe even more down in the coast. And I think tomorrow will be more of a windy day. It'll be sunny but very breezy. I'm thinking gusts of 40 to 45 miles an hour possible, max. So we could see some power flickers and maybe even some tree branches coming down, possible. But I'm not going to say that because it's just possible. So we're going to go right into the nitty picky stuff. So for today, we're mainly just going to be dealing with that coastal system. No wind yet until tomorrow. Coastal system delivers rain throughout this evening into tonight, and temperatures are mainly going to be in the 40s, maybe even a 50-degree mark somewhere. It's not going to be that warm. And then tomorrow gets even colder with that northwest wind arriving. You see these tight isobars starting to form in the afternoon. Yeah, there could be some cold, gusty winds. It's going to be a little bit like wind biting and stuff. Like the northwest, yeah, it could be gusting up to 40 miles an hour. So that's the problem with tomorrow. But we do start to ease down those winds once we get into Friday evening. Still tight, it's just not as tight. And then once we get into Saturday morning, these winds, they're still gusting. I just don't see it as much of a problem. Yeah, they really ease down. And then we do see a low pressure system starting to develop. That's mainly a clipper. And we do see some rain, maybe even a rumble of thunder for Ohio, Pennsylvania, even New Jersey. It's possible. And then we have some snow up north. It's really just some light dusting amounts. And we do get some showers later on Saturday. Could these have a rumble of thunder? Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think nothing's gonna happen on Saturday. Just plan on a couple showers. Maybe if there's a little bit of some, meeting of those ingredients, maybe a rumble of thunder. But that's so low that I'm not even gonna talk about that. And we do have this system out west deliver some heavy rain, some snow for the Sierra Nevadas. And interesting that Nevada gets some pretty intense snow. It's pretty close to Las Vegas, so that's interesting. Yes, that system out west still continues. We do see a couple showers for Easter Sunday. I do think they'll be on the very light side. At most, maybe a moderate shower. But I don't even think it's going to be even that. I think it's mostly going to be some drizzly moments on Sunday. I think we will be fine. But just plan on maybe couple clouds, maybe a couple darker clouds. We'll see. But I think Easter Sunday is shaping up pretty good. And that's really it for this week's weather. It's really not interesting until, we start to see this forming. So this is Monday at 12 a.m. Everyone's going back to school, right? And we do see a little bit of some activity down to the south. Could we see a rumble of thunder? Yes, but I'm not expecting nothing. I'm expecting some heavy bouts of rain to the south of us. Probably mostly to the south. I don't expect much rain out of that. But we'll see. Yes, there is a potential for a convective shower. But the main story, what we're going to be going into, let's fast forward into Tuesday. This is a wild storm. So, once we get into Tuesday, you have a low pressure in Kansas, right? And we see some snow to the north and west. And some really gnarly storms out to the east. These could be severe weather type problems. These could be tornado type problems, damaging wind problems, large hail. Every mode of severe weather is possible with this. The thing that concerns me is how strong it gets, and the fact that that severe weather is shifting north and potentially reaching the East Coast this time. So it's not just a central and southeast and deep south threat. It's also going to be the East Coast possible. And I'll show you why later. But you get the idea. Very strong winds. 990 millibar low pressure in Iowa. Very heavy snow to the west. And we got a line of showers and thunderstorms marching through Ohio. You can see some severe weather out of that. We get further into it. It starts to weaken, but that's just the heavy rain that we're going to be dealing with on Tuesday. Now, this is going to be tricky because we're going to have heavy rain, right? And you might think, oh, wow, the atmosphere is going to stabilize, Alex. Like, what are you talking about? Well, this is similar to the April 1st of last year where we did have a heavy area of rain in New Jersey, and then we just got a couple hours of that convection, and bam, we got some very bad storms later. And this might be a similar setup for Tuesday. Watch this. This rain enters out of New Jersey, and look what we got behind it. Severe storms in the south, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina. I'm going to highlight the states under risk. Probably. Yes, a 998 right off the Great Lakes, and these storms are going to be really, really close to I-95 corridor. Very, very close call. We do see severe storms developing for Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Delmarva, even the potential for I-95 corridor to be involved with this. I would not be surprised. New Jersey is possible. I think South Jersey has the best threat, but it could go up to Central Jersey. We just have to see how this plays out. But you get the idea. After that rain comes through, we got some intense showers and thunderstorms to the west of that. And we have to see how this materializes, because if it does, we will see some intense weather after that. And we have to see how far that severe weather threat goes north. Let's see if it gets any stronger. I think that's pretty much it. Actually, no. I think this is the actual cold front. Yes, severe thunderstorms are moving east at that point. Don't be fooled by these greens. Don't think that you might not see any severe weather, because these greens mean nothing. These oranges and yellows mean like heavy rain or maybe a very strong storm. Don't be fooled by those colors. If we got the right ingredients in place and the atmosphere is really volatile for those type of stuff, Even the light greens could be severe weather. So we just have to really be careful. Because, this is a gnarly setup. On Tuesday evening, actually Wednesday afternoon, so maybe even some severe weather all the way up to the Delmarva. Possible South Jersey is involved, and then we got a line of showers and thunderstorms just to the east. And then 984 and the snowstorm in the northeast. So it's really wild weather and a really wild setup. Because then after that storm goes away, very gusty winds. This is a real problem for Thursday and Friday. We're going to be seeing these strong winds starting to form. And these winds, after a very intense storm, a 979 in Boston, yeah, we could see gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Once again, another big storm equals some big time winds behind this. So we might see trees coming down, branches, power lines, ice. Oh my god, these isobars become really tight. This is concerning a little bit. But we still have things to iron out. Models are still... yeah, these isobars start going crazy. And this is on Thursday morning and afternoon. This is really wild stuff. This is a very tight gradient. We probably be seeing 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts behind that storm. Yeah, we don't want to see that. But you get the idea. A major storm is possible next week, and those winds behind it is making it even more concerning. So now what I do want to look at is the ingredients that are in play for this storm. Let me see. Well, let's go to dew points first, okay? So let's go to the event timeline. We see 60-degree dew points surging all the way up to Indiana. That's impressive. To the south, 60, mid-60 dew points, even the 70s possible. This is a very volatile type of situation. And you see that sharp cold front cutting those dew points off significantly behind that trough and big cold front. And we do get into Tuesday. Wait, when is this? This is Wednesday morning. We see dew points reaching all the way up to 60 to southern New Jersey. That is a problem. You just need some minimal dew points to... 60-degree dew point. That is not that minimal. But you do get the idea. These dew points are going to start to merge into the I-95 corridor and start to warm up the atmosphere. That's the key for those severe thunderstorms. And we do see some impressive heating ahead of this. 60-degree dew points are possible. It's not as wild, but I'm telling you, you don't need much. If you have all the other ingredients in play, you could as well have some severe weather with upper 50 to 60 degree dew points. I would not be surprised. So, I did want to look at the Cape values just because of what I'm seeing with the Cape. Yeah, I think it might be possible to see some very strong storms next Wednesday, or late on Tuesday. Here's the reason being. We do get into the event, right? So, look at this Cape. So let's back it up a little bit. We have Cape values over 1,000 joules per kilogram out to the west and Ohio Valley. These are some dew points, all right? But once we get a little later, look at this. We start to see 2,000 joules per kilogram just to the south of us. And this is really intense destabilization and heating. This environment right in here, there could be severe thunderstorms. And this is showing possible hazard type tornado. Yeah. So we got a little bit further in. Look at this. We see K values. You're serious. We're seeing K values in New Jersey. We're reaching almost 734 joules per kilogram. So what this tells me, there is a lot of energy in this storm, and this is going to be a lot of juice in the atmosphere. Because when we're seeing K values almost up to 1,000 in New Jersey, something bad is about to happen. Something bad is going to happen. And we got a little bit later, and these K values stay. A little bit later, 3 hours out, we still see some marginal K values up to 750, and that is not good. So what this tells me, I do think if we do have enough CAPE up to 1,000 joules per kilogram, we don't need those high dew points. We can all work with those energy things off the sun, destabilization and CAPE. We don't need necessarily very high dew points in the 60s and 70s. Yes, we do, but just a minimal amount of every single piece of energy, CAPE, dew points, sun, destabilization stuff, you're talking something big. So that is really crucial. And even the temperatures. I will look at the temperatures right now. And you don't need a high temperature at all. Because you know what's so weird with the storm? You don't need high temperatures at all. Like, you could have maybe some 60-degree marks. And even that, you don't need a lot for these storms to become vigorous. Wait, this was the run from, let's go back a run. So we go to the daytime heating. Yes, we do see some temperatures reaching up to the 60s in the Delmarva, maybe even some 70s even further south, but we don't have this intense heating. We have 49 reported in Atlantic City. This is not intense heating at all. This is very not conducive temperatures to severe weather. But you do have these ingredients in play. 53. Even that. And then once this goes out, we start to see maybe some 50s, maybe a potential 60. But look, it doesn't get any warmer than that. And then this front is out of here. So what I'm thinking, temperatures are not conducive of this. The dew points are a little conducive, but what's the most conducive for this? CAPE and the energy and the fact that we're going to be seeing some sunshine later. That is going to be a huge factor whether we see some showers and thunderstorms or a severe squall line. Or maybe even a couple supercells. So that is a lot of information to take in your head. But I'm saying, be ready next week because we could have an intense severe weather threat. Why do I think that? Look, even the storm prediction says, watch out. There's already a 15% risk for Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Oklahoma, and parts of Texas. And then on day 6, this shifts east into Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee. And I think there might be a day 7 risk, including the East Coast, due to what I'm seeing with these K values. They start to go over 2,000 joules per kilogram. That is conducive. Let's read the mesoscale discussion for day 6, Tuesday, and day 7. So, some severe weather threat should continue Tuesday over parts of the Ohio, Tennessee valleys into Appalachians as the upper trough continues eastward. Enough confidence exists in a fairly narrow corridor across these regions to add a 15% severe area for Tuesday. Rich, low-level moisture should be in place ahead of an eastward moving cold front. Redevelopment or re-intensification of convection seems possible by Tuesday afternoon. Convection should eventually encounter a less unstable air mass across the Appalachians, but an isolated severe risk may continue Tuesday evening into early Wednesday morning across the southern central Appalachians into portions of the southeast. And for day 7, predictability remains too low to include a 15% severe delineation for Wednesday across the mid-Atlantic southeast, along ahead of a cold front. By this time frame, there are significant differences in model guidance regarding the evolution of upper trough. However, at least an isolated severe risk may persist Wednesday along ahead of an eastward sweeping cold front. Once this front clears the East Coast, severe potential appears minimal across the CONUS next Thursday. Big words. Possible. Severe, isolated severe potential possible. All the way across the East Coast. This tells me, I think this will be an East Coast event, an Ohio River Valley event, a Central U.S. event, a Tornado Alley event. This is a really big storm. I think the National Weather Service will put in a threat for next Wednesday. This is big news. Predictability remains too low, but I do think there will be some severe weather going into next week for the East Coast. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated, but man, we're seeing some supportive guidance about this. So that will be it for this video. Sorry if it took a little long, but I did want to mention about the long range, and what it shows is concerning. So I'll see you guys then. Just plan on for a little bit of a rainy stretch until Friday. Then some gusty winds start to develop. And then it's all good after that. You have an amazing Easter Sunday until another massive storm forms, and then some more gusty winds behind that. So, very active pattern. Potentially dangerous pattern. But I'll keep you guys in touch and in update. But I'll see you guys then. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Stay safe out there, guys.